So once you get loyalty, that doesn't necessarily mean you get a paycheck, right? You got to take that loyalty and you got to work really hard to get it all the way through to closing. And that's when you finally get paid. Hello there, Kodi Riddle here, and today you're going to learn the formula crucial to real estate sales success. And I'd almost argue without these three things that you are going to fail. I was actually going to say doomed to failure, but I didn't want it to be incredibly dramatic. But it is important. And the three things are, number one, you got to have sources of leads. And I'm going to talk to you all about how we do it here on this team. Multiple pillars of income. Okay. Number two, conversion skills. You better have some conversion skills. And I'm going to talk about how we do that on our team as well. And then number three, it is a combination. Actually, it's more of a formula. They all work together. Consistency, followed by accountability, followed by tracking. You can't have consistency without accountability, and you can't have accountability without tracking. And I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of how we do that here on our team also. So back to the first one. This is your multiple sources of leads. On our team, we call them our pillars of income. Number one is your sphere of influence. Very obvious, very easy. That is where any agent should start their real estate business, is with the sphere of influence, the people that already like, know, and trust them. So what we do on our team with the sphere of influence, and currently I have hundreds and hundreds of people on there after 23 years in the business, right? But any agent that comes on our team, they're going to bring their own sphere of influence. And what we do is we treat them the exact same way. And we created a 72 touch program. So 72 touches over the course of 12 months, where we just love on them. We give them great information. We give them gifts. We take great care of those people, and we do that on behalf of the agents on our team. So the sphere of influence source of leads is number one, and that's how we do it on our team. Number two is what we call the DB1000. This is your database. We call it the database 1000 because every agent on the team is going to get a group of people, roughly 1,000, that have come across our website asking for information. They're either wanting to see a property or they're wanting the value of their home, but that gives so many people for our agents to reach out to. So that's a second source. Number three, open house. We got tons of listings. They're coming on every weekend. So we regularly have open houses. And that is a steady stream of people that want to look at the home. So that is another source of leads. So now we're up to three that help the success, right? And you got to have them. These are all what I would say outbound reach, right? You got to reach out to your SOI. You got to reach out to the database 1000. You're reaching out. The people are coming into your open house, yes, but more than likely you're reaching out to them to follow up afterwards, right? Then we got to have sources of leads that are coming into you regularly. So on our team, we set appointments for our agents that are with us. So these are people that I've been working with for, like I told you, I have a sphere of influence of anywhere from 600 to 800 people if you include out of our local area. Well, we regularly get referrals from those people. So I am so thrilled to say that the agents on our team are of such a phenomenal caliber, great people, that I happily am having these folks being taken care of by our team, and it isn't always me. So I'm setting appointments for the agents on our team with these people that are calling in. So that's a fourth source of income. Sign calls, any of those calls that are coming from our listings, those are huge, and those calls come in. So that's an inbound call again. And then finally, we just do regular online campaigning for leads that come across. We get about 200 to 250 people that come across our website every single month. So those people need to get information and they go to our agents too. So you can see there's tons of sources of leads for our agents on this team. And it is crucial to the success of any real estate business. I don't think you're going to be really that successful if you only work on one. I think you need a multiple source, not to mention it kind of gives some variety to your day in and day out activities. So it makes it really rather exciting, and it keeps the conversations a little bit different. So that is the number one part of the science to success to a successful real estate business. Number two, I mentioned to you earlier, and this is your conversion skills. So this one, and I want to make sure I don't miss anything here. This one is really, really important because you can have and spend an awful lot of time and money marketing to get the phone to ring, right? But without conversion skills, without the ability to actually touch, move, and inspire another human being to better their life through a purchase or a sale of real estate with you as the person there to protect their interests, if you can't do that, you're going to spend a lot of time and money and be broke, right? So let's talk about a few things when it comes to conversion skills. For example, your opener. The first thing you say. You have 4 seconds to make an impression on that person that's either on the other line or the person that's standing right in front of you at an open house. 4 seconds to make something happen that's spectacular, right? Otherwise, you're going to get the phone, they're going to hang up, right? So our opener goes something like this. Hi, this is Kodi Riddle with the Riddle Group, real estate team here in the greater Phoenix area. Then whatever, why you're calling. So we're following up now to see if we failed you as a real estate resource. Or we may use the drop the ball script. Hi, this is Kodi Riddle with the Riddle Group, real estate team here in the greater Phoenix area. We had spoken with you several months ago, but haven't chatted since, and we're wondering if we dropped the ball. Phenomenal scripts, phenomenal openers, because it is not, and this is the second part of conversion training, it is not pushing my agenda. It is not about me. It is about the person on the other line. And did we fail them? Did something happen that they didn't end up finding their home? And what can we do to make it right now? Yeah, so really good openers are the key, and not pushing your agenda is another point to having good conversion. Another one would be your ability to handle objections, right? So an example would be a buyer in this crazy market that we're in right now. A buyer is really struggling to find a home with the inventory being so low. So what do you say to that? How can you be inspirational to a buyer that's written 15 offers and doesn't have a home yet? Well, guess what? On our team, hey, we have off-market properties available. We have properties that the public doesn't even know about yet. So would you think a person would find value in working with us, having these off-market properties? And we call them gold bricks on our team. Love the name, but that's what we do. And that's part of conversion. You better be able to make a difference, right? You can't be like everybody else. You can't be like every other agent, which brings me to the next one. What makes you better? I think in our MLS system, there's about 24,000 agents using the multiple listing system. There's probably 80,000 people that have a license, but that actually sell residential real estate in MLS. I think it's around about 24,000. So you better know what makes you different. Why would they use you over all those other people, right? Well, having off-market properties is a big deal. And we have those regularly on a regular basis. That means the same thing, regularly on a regular basis. We have them always. So it's really a big deal in this kind of a market, right? And then other reasons why they would choose us are guarantees. We offer full-blown guarantees for buyers and sellers, having no risk to work with us. That's a very big deal. It makes people feel confident and comfortable. So those are the way that you have a better conversion rate, because you can offer things like that, but it doesn't change the fact that you better have compassion and a heart and truly want to protect the interests of the public. So all of that, sharp, loving, caring, inspirational, piled on with all the facts and guarantees and off-market properties, you put that kind of a conversion together, or kind of a person together, and you're going to have a great high conversion rate. And let me make it clear. When I say conversion rate, I mean when you're talking to a complete stranger, that you can touch, move, and inspire them to give loyalty to you to protect their interests in the purchase or the sale of their biggest investment, their home. Okay, number 3. This one is the combination one: consistency, accountability, and tracking. So you must have consistent behavior in new business development, right? Gary Keller says it in his book, The One Thing. Chet Holmes calls it pig-headed discipline in his book, The Ultimate Success Machine. And then, what's the other one? Fanatical Prospecting by Jeb Blount. They all talk about having consistency in new business development. Without it, you're done. You might have one great month, but without having that consistent behavior, you're going to have some pretty low months coming up, right? So how we do it is the consistency needs accountability. That's the only way you create it. Now, how do you get accountability? We do that through tracking our numbers. So to give you an idea, with every single agent on the team, we talk to them about their numbers. How many phone calls, how many meaningful conversations do they need to have? Doesn't have to be on a phone call. It could be in person. It could be in a group, in a presentation. Anyway, but how many people do you need to talk to get a meaningful conversation? What is a meaningful conversation? That is a conversation that moves that person on the other line forward in the transaction. So they're either moving forward that they're not buying a house and they're telling you, nope, I'm not buying a house, or they're telling you I'm ready in 3 months, or I'm ready now. Either way, you had a meaningful conversation, you know where they are, and you know what to do to help them in that process. So meaningful conversations. How many meaningful conversations do you need to have to set an appointment? And then what do you do at that appointment, right? That appointment is where you better be able to present everything you are and everything you have to then ask for the business. In a listing, you're asking for to be their listing agent, right? On a buy side, you're asking to be their buyer agent. So whatever form you may use, that's what you're getting signed during that appointment. So how many meaningful conversations do you need to have to set an appointment? Once you set your appointment, how many appointments do you need to have to get a loyal client on board? One that's ready and willing and able to work with you in the purchase or the sale of their biggest investment, their home. So once you get loyalty, that doesn't necessarily mean you get a paycheck, right? You got to take that loyalty and you got to work really hard to get it all the way through to closing. And that's when you finally get paid, right? So how many loyalty agreements or listing agreements do you have to get in order to get a closed transaction? By knowing all of these numbers, each and every phase, you will have all the way back consistent behavior, right? Because you know how many you have to have in order to make the amount of money that you need to make to provide for your family. So that's how we do that last one, which is consistency, accountability, and tracking. And I'm going to show you our whiteboards that we have. You can see them on the board. These are how we measure our KPIs, our key performance indicators, And key performance indicators all come from all of us on this team doing new business development. So it is not a crapshoot, right? Sales, real estate sales should not be a crapshoot and where you're just praying and crossing your fingers you have another deal next month. No, it's very consistent through the accountability of tracking your numbers. And it makes so much sense when you do it this way. So that's how we have success. That's how our agents have success on this team. And it just makes me happy to share. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video today. Thanks for watching. And please keep an eye out for next week's video where I talk to you about how I sold a $15 million home in my Honda Pilot. Have a good day.